Hi, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a bulldozer. In my previous video, I made a wrecking ball that swung and knocks over a wall of boxes. Now I'm going to show you how to make a bulldozer. So let me show you. Okay, so to make a bulldozer is basically a very heavy, strong vehicle that is basically a car that can turn on the spot and it can push heavy things. To make a bulldozer, I'm going to first spawn up a box that I will then make it to the frame of the bulldozer body. So let me just adjust the size. Okay, so I have the body of the bulldozer. Now I need to put in some form of wheels. So I will just spawn up this part, which is called axle. Then I'm going to move the axle onto the body to make it look like a car. So let me just do that. Okay, so now I got the main parts of the bulldozer put together. Now I need to test out if the bulldozer is able to go forward, backwards, and left, right by using the WASD keys on my keyboard. Before I do that, I need to edit the settings of these axle parts. So let me go into the properties. I'm going to change the setting here that says this motor should interpret input as to velocity. This will make the wheels rotate and then stop rotating when there is no longer an input, which will help better control. I will make the speed at 10 and then I will change the maximum force value to about 1,000. Now the next step is to put in the command controls for the bulldozer. For that I need to go into the wire mode part of the game. So I'm going to spawn up these parts that's called input. These are gray boxes where your commands will output. So I'm going to make this first command box and give it key trigger W. And I am keeping the key event type as held down. Then I will just connect the box to the green terminals of the axles. And I am going to make one set of wheels using a negative polarity wire by holding down Alt. This changes the color of the wire to red, which is in a negative polarity. Now that I have wired one command box to the wheels, I am now going to test to see if the car moves forward by pressing the W key. I'll start the simulation and then I will press the W key. I actually don't know which direction will the car move initially. That I would need to find out. So let me press W. 3, 2, 1, W. Looks like the car is traveling to the left. So I will make that direction the front of the bulldozer. Now I'm going to add the other command box that makes it go in reverse. This will be the same process as the first command box that made the car move forward. It'll just be simply the opposite, and also the polarity of the wires will be the opposite. I'm going to copy and paste the same command box. To copy and paste, you hold down one of the parts and you press the C key on your keyboard, and that will copy the part. I am now going to edit the wires to be the other polarity. I am now going to change the key input to S. Alright, now I'm going to test to see if he can go forward and backwards. Alright, so forward and back. Forward and back. Alright, so it looks like the car is moving as how I want it. Nice. Now I'm going to put the other input boxes that will make the car turn on the spot. This would be similar to how I did with the previous command boxes, except this will force the car to rotate either to the left or to the right. I'm just going to bring up a new box. I will connect this command box to the axle wheels of the car. And I will then put in the input key, A, which means it will go left. Now this car should be able to turn left now. So let me test it. Forward, back, and then I would press A. Alright, I'm going to test it. Let's see. Can it go forward? Yes. Can it go backwards? Yes. Can it turn left on the spot? And then right. Nice. Now that I made the car section of the bulldozer, I am now going to add the blade of the bulldozer. The blade is the front part of the bulldozer that kind of looks like a shovel, so I will make something that's like that. And just like real bulldozers, the blade is able to be lifted, tilted forward or backwards. So let me make that. Alright, so to make something like the blade of a bulldozer, I will need to add some form of actuators or motors to lift the blade up and down. So to make something like that, I will simply bring up an axle. And then I will make this to be the hinging part that lifts the blade. Let me just rotate this and place it near the front of the vehicle. I can also change this to a ball bearing type of axle. That just means it makes axle that's protruding at both ends of the motor. Now I'm going to make the blade itself. I'm going to use the part that is called tube. With the tube part, you can actually change the shape of the tube by going into its properties. I'm going to change this setting here that is called arc. This is the degrees of the arc circle of the tube. At default, it will always spawn up at 360 because there is 360 degrees in a circle. But I want it to be at 180 degrees. So I will just change this number to 180. Now the tube is changed to a 180 degree tube. Now I'm going to move the tube around to make it look like a blade of a bulldozer. Then I am going to use little box pieces to attach that blade to the axle of that motor. Like this. I am making sure that the blade of the bulldozer isn't lower than the wheels. Otherwise, it will hit the ground and might prevent the bulldozer from moving. I am now going to add a command box that will be connected to the actuator that will lift the blade of the bulldozer up and down. I will now spawn up another command boxes, which is I want to have 2 commands. Let me go into the settings and put in the buttons that I want to use to control the blade of the bulldozer. I'm going to make the Q key to be up, and then I will make the other command box key of E to lower the blade. So let me test this out. So when I press Q, the blade should start moving. Q goes up. Alright, then E goes down. Nice. Okay, so you could stop there and then have fun playing with your bulldozer that you just made from how I made it. Or you can continue and adding more things to the bulldozer to make it look more like an actual bulldozer. Now I want to test out this bulldozer to see if it actually is able to move things. So I'm just going to spawn up a few boxes to see if it can push them. I'm going to move my bulldozer to the left. Also move my command boxes. And I'm going to spawn up a lot of boxes. Okay, now let me test my bulldozer. Alright. Forward, back, left, right. Alright. And then the blade will go up and down. Nice. Alright, let's see if this bulldozer can move these boxes. Wow, it really can. Okay, now I'm going to work on the bulldozer to make it look more like a bulldozer. So this is going to be a time-lapse part of the video. Alright, so I'm now finished making my bulldozer to be more like a bulldozer. Alright, I just got finished making my bulldozer. So I made it now make it look a lot more like a bulldozer. I've also changed the color of not only the bulldozer, but also the boxes, and also the ground, and also the color of the sky and background. And this is how it performs. as you can see, the bulldozer is working great. It is bulldozing these boxes really well. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you. I hope you liked this build, and I hope you enjoyed the game in this video. See ya!